Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den for trusting God rather than obeying King Darius's command. The king made a law that everyone must worship him as a god, but Daniel continued to pray 3 times a day to his God, asking for forgiveness for his people, the children of Israel, and praying for the turning of the king's heart. We should put our faith in God and know that He is more powerful than anything we could ever face. Also teaches us that we should be obedient to God and not compromise our beliefs. Daniel did not compromise his faith. When he was faced with the choice of obeying the king or obeying God, he chose to obey God, and he was rewarded for his obedience. Finally, this story teaches us that we should pray for others. Daniel was not just praying for himself, but he was also praying for the king and for his people. When we pray for others, we are showing the love of Jesus. And when we do that, we are pleasing God. So the king got angry and commanded that Daniel be thrown into the lion's den, an underground pit filled with hungry lions. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our future videos. When they opened the door, they found him with the lions, and guess what? It was totally fine. And the lions were not ferocious either. He simply stood up and raised his hands to the king, saying, "Great king, my God sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. You have given me no reason to fear you, my lord, for your heart of a king has been made right before God." Then the king was very happy and ordered that Daniel be taken out of the den. And so, miraculously, Daniel survived. It was a night of deliverance for him, his friends, and his people. And this is why we are sharing this story today. This is a wonderful story of divine protection and unshakable faith. So let's take a look at some of the important lessons we can learn from it. First, Daniel trusted God more than the king. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den because he would not compromise his faith. He knew that God was more powerful than any king or anyone else, and he put his trust in God instead of in the king. Second, Daniel had an unwavering faith in God. Even though he was facing death, he didn't doubt that God would protect him. He knew that God was in control, and he trusted in God's plan for his life. Third, Daniel was obedient to God even when it went against the king's wishes, and so he chose to obey God instead. Fourth, Daniel prayed for others. He knew that he could not obey the king without compromising his faith. Daniel was not just praying for himself, but he was also praying for the king and for his people. He wanted God to forgive his people and to turn the king's heart. Fifth, Daniel was delivered because he trusted God. Daniel was eventually delivered from the lion's den because he trusted God. He sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions and protect Daniel. And so we can see that when we trust God, He will protect us and deliver us from danger. This story is a great example of how we should trust God no matter what we are facing. I hope you enjoyed the story of Daniel in the lion's den, and I hope you learned something from it. Thanks for tuning in.